All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Chasing the Dragon. We're starting a little bit late, and that is entirely my fault. And I apologize to Guillaume and everybody else who is watching. I know we got Jonathan Hagee here, as always. I think Steven said he might watch too. But we're here playtesting Guillaume's Brainchild, the brand new fan made X-Files inspired season 6 expansion for the X-Files card game. So Guillaume and I have put together some decks, and this is just a very chill game. We're gonna see if we can break some cards. So I actually have some, I think, of every expansion in my deck, including Scully, and there are a few. I think I have like one card each from season 4 and season 5 in my deck. So, any thoughts, Guillaume? Anything you want to cover before we get started? This is just kind of a stress test type of game, so it's not. We may be talking more about some of the expansion cards.
Yeah, so I did include cards from every expansion as well, but mostly season 6, of course. And hopefully we'll see some of the cards that have not been played yet in action tonight. I think this is the 7th playtest. So we haven't seen anything that was broken that needed to be rewritten entirely. I think that because we spent 2 months doing an early review of all of those cards before we started playtesting, so some of the rougher spots were already corrected before we started playtesting. There has still been, I think, about 20 cards that have been updated after the first 6 playtests.
Sorry, that's 20 cards we haven't seen that you're.
No, I think 20 cards that we have played and that required updates.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and I tried with this deck to put, I don't know, some cards we really haven't seen at all yet in it, just because I want to see how they work. So I don't know. I'm not sure how. We're not super focused on building like a cohesive deck right now. It's more just like, at least from my perspective, throw some stuff in and see how it works. So I did take, when I was deck building, a couple notes of cards that I thought might be overcosted, and I'll put those in our Discord chat, Guillaume.
Yes, there is one at least that I did not include because I do think that it is overpriced. So I'm like, well, there's no point in trying to play it. I know that if it comes up, I probably will not pay for it. So, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, it was specifically on some cards that have a cost and then an additional cost to them. So it was like you have to pay for the card. I think one of them was like the one where your opponent can't have more agents in the field than you have, or something like that, and then you have to pay per agent or something like that. So it wound up, if they have like 2 agents, it would wind up costing like 6 CP or something. Anyway, it just seemed a little expensive, and I have a list of the cards downstairs that I'll post in the Discord. But I think you, when you were designing, you tended to be more cautious with costs.
I think that some of the costs were adjusted after the initial review, because I think in my first draft, or at least in the draft that I posted, some of the comments was, or some of the initial feedback was that some of the cards weren't costly enough. Yeah. And so following those feedback, the cost was slightly adjusted up. And in some cases, I think that was for the better. And in some cases, I'm like, well, maybe like in those instances where I'm like, I'm not even willing to consider including the card because it will just be too costly. And so I'll just use something else. Then I think when you reach that point, you need to adjust the cost down. Also, in some of the cards that you mentioned, I think it's sometimes difficult to find the right cost. Whenever it's a game effect that depends on the number of agents on the other side of the table. Because you're like, if you have one agent that you can affect with your card, and the card costs like 5 or 6 CP, then it's just too much for one agent. But then if you can affect a whole team, then 5 or 6 CP might not be enough. So
Yeah,
that's what some of the X plus comes in.
right. And that's part of what we're trying to figure out in the playtest. So if it's even if we don't play a card, I think you said you probably won't pay a cost for a particular card. Like even having that like in-game experience of no, I'm not going to pay for this is useful to tell us.
Yes.
Is this something that's correctly costed or not? So I don't know. Costs are some of the more difficult things to kind of pin down. Is something too expensive? Is it too cheap? And it's like not every card has to be super efficient, right? Like some cards can be, I don't know, what we would consider overcosted, and that's okay, as long as we can like conceive of a particular like niche use for them. But if they're so expensive that like in almost every case no one would pay it, I don't know. We probably need to adjust it. So
yeah.
All right. So without further ado, Guillaume, would you like to introduce your team?
Yeah, so I used the deck I used in my last playtest because I did not have time to take everything apart, but I already have ideas for future playtests. But for this game, so we have Agent Jeffrey Spender, who will be joined by Marita Covarrubias, Alex Krychek, Section Chief Scott Blevins, and Agent Linda Kaleka.
Wow. That's a pretty monster team. So Spender is 6, right? Krychek
Yes, so
is 6.
Spender is the only Season 6 agent. And I think after this playtest I will have, like, I've played Spender, I've played Farley, I've played Fletcher. So there are other Season 6 agents that I really want to try out. So yeah.
Is Deputy Greer one of them?
Yes.
Because he is actually I believe my lone Season 6 agent here.
Yeah, I really want to try. So I'm really curious to see his effect in action, and also the Agent Peyton Ritter. But I really want to have a team with Scully so that I can see what his effect is. Okay, so you have Paris.
Hold on 1 second. I'm missing somebody here.
Oh, and I'm going to go get my Season 4 binder to get the Deputy Pastor card.
Okay. Let me go check I got to check my list too to figure out who I'm missing. There we go. Tillman was my missing link here.
Oh, okay. That's someone we don't see often. So I kind of sense a theme of trying to get equipment cards in play.
Yes. Yeah, equipment cards are kind of the name of the game. And Greer is very good at facilitating that because he can ignore activator requirements for weapons.
Yeah.
But then he can't use weapons. He can only give them to other teammates. So it combos really well with Tillman, who helps pay for them. Pastor allows you to search your deck for a weapon or armor equipment card and attach it to him at half cost. Lieutenant Brophy lets you add 1 to any damage caused by an equipment card attached to him. That modifies closer long-range combat.
Yeah, that's a really good use of the weapon equipment cards.
Yeah, so you should, if this deck works at all, you should be seeing some equipment weapon cards. If you don't, I've failed horribly at what I was trying to do here. The other problem is a lot of weapons have the bureau activator. So I have some cards like travel arrangements in here to help ease that restriction a little bit.
Wow. As long as I don't see Pyroson equipped with a shotgun, that's good.
Yeah. He can be a little rough. So Patterson's special ability is that he can basically act as an adversary attacking a investigating team once per game. So you're probably reading between the lines here and seeing that I plan to stock Patterson up on armor and weapons, and at some point in the game, unleash unholy terror upon Guillaume's investigating agents. All right, we've got Stephen tuning in. Greetings and happy Friday. Make sure you check out Alien Investigations. Stephen has a awesome new video up, kind of breaking down the pilot episode of the X-Files, a brand new. I think he intends that as a kind of serialized feature on his YouTube channel. Just kind of reviewing the episodes in order.
Yes. And
if I was reading Discord right, Stephen and I may be starting a podcast, which is something I've wanted to do, like an X-Files review podcast forever. So that would be something. I hope we can get that off the ground.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right. And Guillaume, as a guest of the channel, I will defer to you whether you'd like to start as the investigating or conspiracy player.
Well, I'll start as the investigating player then. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Okay. All right, so I will draw my free card. I'll generate my res. And which is 7, but I'll use Krychek's I'll put Krychek's res in my conspiracy pool. And I will draw I'll draw one card and I'll pass it to you to sell and buy.
I'm going to sell. Well, let's see. Am I going to sell? Yeah, I'm going to sell University of Maryland for 2. And not going to buy any.
Right, so no healing, no requisition. For case assignment, I'm going to send everyone except Blevins in the field. And for case assignment, I'll pay 1 to play Tunguska Siberian Forest in Russia. So it's alien investigation or subterfuge 5+, affiliation or result.
And what's your current alien investigation and subterfuge on your team?
I have 8 alien investigation and 9 subterfuge.
8 and 9. No bluffs.
Right, so I will send everyone to the site. I will use alien investigation. So as I said, I have 8 alien investigation, and just to be safe before I do anything else, I'm going to use one of Spender's tokens to force you to remove 2 tokens from your conspiracy pool.
Sure. Yeah, I've got nothing, so go ahead and ask.
All right, so let's go with affiliation. Is your affiliation government?
It is government.
Okay, that's not what you want to hear.
No.
Playtest game. Okay. So I will not be taking an identity question.
Okay.
But I do have some discarding to do.
Coming out swinging, Guillaume.
Okay, so I have 8 cards. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of past and present collide. I think it's too early in the game for this card. And I now have 7 cards, so I'll pass it to you.
Okay. Draw. I think I would get 6. 2, 4, 5, 6 res. I will pay 1. Well, I'll draw 2 and pass to you.
Okay. So I will sell Pam Time Loop Captive for 5. And I will buy. I'll buy 1 card, and I'll pass it to you.
Okay. Before we leave briefing, I'm going to use Pastor's Token. Sorry, we'll go to the requisition phase because that's when his token has to be used.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll go to requisition. And I'll get a weapon or armor card. Go get SWAT tactical gear.
Of course.
Yeah, and I will equip it to him at half cost, so that's going to cost me 3 to put on him.
I think that's really the perfect card for Pester.
Yeah. And I think during requisition, we're just going to give that right to Patterson. Since they're hanging in the bureau together. Deployment will move everybody up to. Oh, sorry. Actually, I'm going to burn one of Tillman's token and take one of my RP back. So we'll move them up to the field of deployment, and then during case assignment, I'll pay 2 and play the Craddock Marine Bank, which I'm sure you know well. That is a criminal investigation 4+ motive question. If I make it a 5+, I get to go in search out my deck and find Pam Time Loop Captive and put it in my hand.
I have Okay, so before we... Oh, hold on. I have 2 bluffs for this site.
Okay.
And before we move to the investigation phase... hold on. Let's place it in card. Okay, so I'm going to pay 6 to play the updated version of Project Seafarer. So we'll see how that one works. So it costs 6. So the new version is, or the updated version anyway. So unless this card is negated immediately, place it 10 cards down, face up in your opponent's bureau deck. As long as this card has not reached the top of the deck, every agent in the field receives 1 point of damage at the start of your opponent's investigation phase. Discard this card when it reaches the top of your opponent's bureau deck. Each player may only have 1 of these cards in their decks.
Okay. So I'm just going to use a list. And so it goes 10 cards down in my bureau deck?
Yes.
All right. And then when it gets... So I take 1 damage until it gets to the top?
Yes, it's 1 agent for 1 damage to every agent at the start of the investigation phase until the card reaches the top of the deck.
Oh, to every agent on
Yes.
the team?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, as we go to the investigation phase then, everybody will take 1 damage. Guess I'll be drawing some cards. And I'm going to send everybody to the site. So I will do the 5+ check. I have a criminal investigation of 12.
Okay, so the first bluff is, well, I'm not going to pay for it. It's armed robbery from season 5. So you do have a weapon equipment card. So yeah, no point.
That card is usually a gimme.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Not tonight. So which I like. It shows that like a card is never 100% foolproof.
Yeah.
And so the second bluff, which I'm going to pay for, it's Dr. Stroman. Play to change the side prerequisite to medical 3+. It costs 3, but 2 since it was face down.
Yeah, and I will not be able to do that. So. My medical is pretty terrible. All right, so I'm done. I'm going to have to discard a card.
And I have 4 cards in my hand.
I'm going to discard bombing at the Craddock Marine Bank. And pass it to you.
All right, so I'll draw my free card. I will generate my res, which is 7. So I'll use cry checks 2 for the conspiracy pool, and the other 5 will go to my resource pool. Oh, I don't. Oh, wait. Did I? Yeah, I drew my free card. And I will draw 3 cards and pass it to you.
Okay. I'm going to sell.
No, let's make it 4 cards. Oh, well, no, 3. That's good.
All right. I'm selling Felling for 4. And we got to get Seafarer to the top here. So I'm going to draw. So I'm just going to draw one.
All right, so no healing, no requisition. Everyone will stay in the field. And for case assignment, we'll go investigate. We'll go to Kazakhstan, former Soviet Union. It costs 1, and it's alien investigation or observation, method or result.
I'll go one bluff on that.
Okay. So I'll send everyone to the site, and I will use alien investigation. My alien investigation is still 8.
Still 8. All right, the bluff is altered reality.
Okay.
Do I pay for it? So I'd have to pay. I would have to pay 5 for that. The total number of game effect tokens on every agent on the team.
Yeah, so that's 3 plus 2 minus 1 since it was face down.
Yeah. And that would increase the cost to
8.
I don't know. So, and what's your alien investigation is 9?
8.
8. Yeah, I'll pay for it. We'll see what happens here. So I'm paying for it. So you're still going to make the skill check, yeah?
Yes, for now.
Well, I'm going to throw down Patnick.
Okay, so since it's Patnick and not a season 5, 6 card, I have. I will pay 4 to play the Erlenmeyer Flask to negate any card played against my team during a bureaucracy or alien investigation skill check.
That'll work. All right, well, my CP pool is empty, so you get your questions.
All right, so it's method or result. Let's go with result.
Steven, I know. It's amazing. Armed robbery is usually a slam dunk. But not against Agent Patterson and his crack team of snipers.
Is your result a physiological imbalance?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
how many?
This
you
would
gotta have
never
me down to 1 or 2, right?
Well, I have you down to 2. And I will not be taking an identity question, and this would never happen in a tournament setting where you would want this sort of thing to happen. Yeah, that's
Oh my gosh. Just brutal.
okay, well. So no identity question. Okay, so the side is gone. And I have 6 cards in my hand.
I think I'm down to 5. So, all right. I will draw my freebie. generate some res. 4, 5, 6. Definitely need to draw some cards here. So that should be like 8 down. And I want to make sure I clear it on my next turn. So I think I've got to draw. I'll draw 5. Ouch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And Guillaume.
Right, so
over to you to buy yourself.
Yeah, I'm not buying or selling. Well, I'm not selling or buying anything.
Okay. Yikes. Well, this is dumb, but it's what we're going to do. I'm going to pay 1 to grid pattern. I'm sorry, I'm going to pay 2 to grid pattern search myself a site.
Yeah, that happens. You can have as many sites as you want in your deck, and sometimes it just don't come up.
Yeah, I'll get University of Maryland back, and during case assignment, I'll play it for 2.
So I have 1 bluff for that site. I do have a question. Well, I have a card that I can play. Actually, I'm glad it's coming up because this might be an issue with Project Seafarer. So I have the card Hidden Camera, which costs 1, and it shuffles this card face up in your opponent's bureau deck. When the card reaches the top of the deck, your opponent must show you their entire hand, etc. But you have Project Seafarer is reaching the top of your deck, and now have a card that forces you to shuffle this card into your bureau deck, which means that Project Seafarer will potentially be, further down your deck. I mean, this could happen when we have the abduction cards, that forces you to place an agent 10 cards down sometimes, but
it feels dirty, doesn't it?
It does. So I mean, the whole mechanic of placing a card 10 cards down and then forcing you to shuffle your deck, that's something that was already in Premiere, but I don't know. What do you...
I mean, I think it's a fair play. I think it's a fair play.
Like,
but now I'll have, the problem with playing over webcam is now I'll have 2 cards of yours.
Yes, that I'll face up.
And I'm going to need a marker to tell me which one is which.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you have to have like some sort of placeholder cards. It doesn't even have to say hidden camera or anything, but yeah, you do have to say, I'll put this side face up and this will be Project Seafarer, and I'll put this X file
Yeah.
called face up, and this will be hidden camera.
So are you playing it?
Well, you know what? Okay, I'm paying 1 for it, and we'll see. Because I really want to see if it's really crippling, meaning that if you do that and Project Seafarer becomes too powerful, and meaning that potentially we'd have to kind of rework Project Seafarer.
Now, Project Seafarer does not deal damage when my agents are in the hospital, right?
No, it's only when they're in the field at the beginning of the investigation phase.
Okay.
So it could be detrimental in the sense that you're like, okay, instead of sending my full team, I might keep a few agents in the bureau to prevent them from receiving 1 point of damage, but then you're not playing with the full team, so you're more vulnerable to bluffs or adversaries. So it's still, detrimental to you.
All right. So this checklist with the USPC is going to be the video camera.
Okay, hidden camera. Okay.
Yeah, the checklist with the motive and result thing is going to be the Project Seafarer.
Okay.
And so now I have to shuffle both of these into my deck?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, on some level, I'm going to have to, at some point, do a blind shuffle here just to... Shit. I saw one checklist.
Yeah.
No! Fuck. Sorry, half my deck just spilled over. In general, I gotta say, I don't like the insert cards into your opponent's deck thing. I mean, it's one thing to have their own your own cards shuffled in your deck or whatever, but I don't love your opponent's cards getting shuffled in the deck. There was nothing in Premiere that did the opponent's cards, right?
No, that's kind of my. So I don't think in season 4 or 5, I don't think there's a card that does that either. I mean, thematically, I like it because I think it kind of goes with the something that's been placed secretly somewhere in your deck, and you're trying to get rid of it. For the hidden camera, I like that this card is like, okay, it's there and it can pop up at any time during the game. And it's something like you don't have to keep track of remove a token at the end of the debriefing phase, or you don't have to keep track of tokens in order to have a countdown to when the card goes into effect.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm loving it. Yes, Steven says no forced shuffle cards come to mind. I'm not opposed to forced shuffle. It's the your opponent's cards going in your deck thing that I'm not sure I love. So okay, we're good with video camera. You have one bluff on my site?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sending everyone. Everybody's going to take a point of damage. Actually, what is Kevlar or SWAT team? I can use one of those tokens, right?
Yes, remove a token to prevent 1 point of damage.
Sure. We'll do that. We'll get 2 tokens left on there. So he's only got 1. Okay, and so I'm still sitting at criminal investigation 12, and let's see your bluff.
Right, so the bluff is Sheriff Taylor, play to change the side prerequisite to sciences 3+, which I'll pay 2 for him.
Yep. Okay. And I have to discard.
And I have 4 cards in my hand.
All right, I'm discarding 2 ambushes and a darkened forest. Over to you, Guillaume.
So I will draw my free card. I'll generate my res. So I'll use. I will put Krychek and the 2 from Krychek and the 2 from Blevins in my conspiracy pool, and the 3 from Marita and Spender will go to my resource pool. And I will buy 2 cards, and I'll pass it to you to sell and buy.
All right. We're selling a boatload here. Selling a shotgun. Selling a shotgun. Selling a Pam Time Loop Captive. 12, 17. I think that's enough.
Yes.
And I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw 4. All right.
So I will use one of Kalika's tokens to draw the top card of my bureau deck for 0 cost. Okay. And I will do the same a second time, since there is no limit to the number of times you can do it during a turn. It should tell you that I didn't. Okay, well, finally decide. All right. So no healing, no requisition. I'm going to send Blevins to join the rest of the team in the field.
Sure.
And I will pay 1 to play Arthur Dale's apartment in Washington, D.C. It's Alien Investigation 5+ or Subterfuge 5+.
And what are the other site attributes?
Oh, sorry, affiliation and method.
One bluff.
Okay, so I'll send everyone to the site, and I'll use subterfuge, and I have 10 subterfuge. Hold on, let me count again, because Covarrubias and Spender, they gain 1 depending on who is on the team with them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 subterfuge.
Okay. So my bluff is car troubles, which I will pay for.
All right, so I can only send 3 agents to the site, correct?
2 agents.
Oh, okay. Even worse. Okay, so I'm going to send Krychek and Spender, and well, just in case anything happens to Spender, I'm going to use his token to force you to remove 2 tokens from your conspiracy pool. Not that it will make a huge difference because you have so many.
Sure.
So Spender and Krychek are going, and they have 6 subterfuge.
Okay. Oops. What are their combat stats, Guillaume?
So 4 long range, 4 combined, so 6 long range and 4 close range, and they both have a health of 5.
6 long range, 4 close range, health 5. Un momento, por favor. You said 5 close range?
6 close range. 4 close range and 6 long range.
Okay. This is a lot of math here. So
Is Patterson itching to attack my team?
Yeah, and because he's got 1 damage on him already, so this gets a little wacky. So I think let me make sure if I understand this. So if you deal 6 to Patterson in the long range round,
Yes.
he is going to take.
So since you have the SWAT tactical gear and you still have 2 tokens on them, so instead of 6 damage, he will receive 4 damage. But since he already has 1 damage token on him, he only has a health of 4, so that should kill him.
Well, I don't think he can't take. He can't take more damage than he has health, right? I thought that was a rule. I don't know. Maybe.
No, it means you receive the full damage. Like, for instance, if it was I deal the 6 damage, but I would not be able to, like, Patterson would not, let's say the SWAT tactical gear was not in play and Patterson had a full health of 5. So if I deal 6 damage to him, he's not sent to the hospital with 6 damage, he's sent to the hospital with 5 damage tokens on him. But he's still, you still deal the full damage. And then that's enough to kill your agent or your opponent. But when they go to the hospital, they don't. Because let's say my full team was attacking him, I would not be sending him to the hospital with, let's say, 8 or 9 damage tokens, because that will increase the number of turns he stays. So as long as enough damage has been dealt to send him to the hospital, then that's enough. But you cannot say, okay, he has a health of 5, so
take one of these to prevent 1 damage and keep him in there.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. Okay.
So everyone in the comment who doesn't agree, maybe.
Basically, I'm trying to figure out if I can definitely stop the. You can definitely stop the site investigation, which I should probably do. I mean, at this point, regardless of whether you got me down to 2, so yes. I pretty much need to stop this thing. So maybe Patterson doesn't. Well, I'm kind of intrigued at how this is going to work. So I'm going to pay, and if Patterson dies, he dies. I'm going to pay 5. To play Darkened Forest. And I'm going to give you a -3 modifier to your close range combat skill.
I like that you're playing that card, because that's not one that we ever see in play. But I think I have it. I had it confused with the one that prevents you from playing any combat card. Darkened. Yes. X equals number. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're paying the 5 to apply -3 to close range, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So I think since your card was face down, you can pay only 4.
I played it face up.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Then 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the car troubles was the only one I did face down.
Okay, so -3 close range.
And I did that because I didn't know who you were going to pick on your team. So
Okay.
yeah, I didn't know if I was going to need it for sure. But so that should leave you with a close range skill collectively of 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And let's do the Patterson thing.
Okay.
Let's see where it goes.
Let's go to combat.
Okay. So they both have a health of 5, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And Patterson also has a health of 5. He's got a 3. This gives him a +1, so he's got a 3 long range.
Okay, and so I'm going to pay 2 to play Take Cover. Play this card on any combatant to decrease damage from 1 long-range combat source by 2 points this round.
Okay. I am also going to pay 2 to play a Take Cover.
I think that this is the first time we've ever seen this sort of thing in place. I really love it.
Oh man.
Okay, so 2 Darkened Forest, 2 combat cards, and 2 of the same combat cards, and Patterson with the SWAT gear.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be dealing 1 damage to who do you want to deal that damage?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll just say Krychek has what? Well, do they have different?
Like they both have a health of 5. They both have 2 close range, and Krychek has 4 long range, and Spender has 2 long range.
Okay, I'll just deal it to Krychek.
Okay, so Krychek has 1 damage. So Spender and Krychek deal 6 damage -2 to Patterson, so that's 4 damage.
Yep.
And I'm assuming 2 of those damage will be
negated by SWAT gear. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to take 2.
So he's 2 in addition to the 1 that he already has.
Right. So he's got 3 on him right now.
Okay. And then the SWAT tactical gear is discarded.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And moving to the close range combat round. So I should be able to deal 4, but I'm only dealing 1.
Yep.
So Patterson gets 1 more damage token. He has 1 health remaining, and you deal 3 to someone else. Krychek, okay. 2 and 3. And then for the second round, you still deal 3 damage to, I'm assuming, Krychek, but you could deal it to Spender if you wanted.
Krychek and Patterson is going to be removed from the game.
Yeah. So for Darken Forest, I'm assuming that it remains. So it doesn't matter for this specific combat, but it's for every close range combat rounds, right? Not just the first one with Darken Forest.
Correct.
Yes.
So if I played a successive adversary after this one, yeah, that would still, the modifier is still in place.
Okay. So Krychek is sent to the hospital. Okay. Patterson is removed from the game. And Spender is now by himself in Arthur Delcy's apartment. And yeah, he will not be able to make the subterfuge skill check by himself because he only has one subterfuge, and since he's alone, he doesn't get the +1 modifier. So I think that's a success. Well, you've successfully stopped my investigation, and I have to say, I love this round.
At great cost to my team.
Yeah.
But it needed to happen because I'm probably going to lose.
So I have a question about Patterson, because it does say treat him as if he were an adversary with the appropriate activators. So I could potentially play X on him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I had the Erlenmeyer Flask card earlier, and so it negates any card played against your team during an alien investigation skill check. So would that count as well?
You treat him as though he were an adversary.
So it would count as an adversary card being played on your team, so you could.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've never encountered that scenario before.
Yeah.
And is this the first time? I know you've tried playing Patterson a few times. So is this the first time you've played him successfully to attack a team?
No, he's. I've done it at least one or two other times. I think this might be the first time he's actually been removed from the game. Usually, I like him to survive the fact, but I'm kind of in dire straits here with the X-Files checklist. So you got to do what you got to do to stay alive.
And I don't know. I think I did something wrong with my tokens, because I definitely do not have zero conspiracy. So maybe someone watching can just go back earlier in the round. I think I used some of my conspiracy tokens to keep track of the damages on the cards during combat, and I think I had 6, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that I did use the 2 from Blevins and the 2 from Krychek in the conspiracy pool. Okay, let me see. Maybe I can go back. If I log in on YouTube, maybe I can.
Yeah, I think you could evasive maneuvers him too. Although not in this instance, because the fine text of Car Troubles says no. Prevents the user from playing the evasive maneuver card this turn. So, but yeah, I think that would work. I think for all intents and purposes, you treat him, Patterson, as an adversary that's just been played with. So he would have the conspiracy activator, right? He would have whatever the site characteristics are. I think that's right.
Yeah, because it does say if you had the proper activators, but we have some adversaries for which the activator is only site and agent. Yeah. So I think it kind of left it open to evasive maneuver. Yeah, one non-phenomena adversary. Yeah, I think they should have just. Yeah, maybe they should not have used with the appropriate activators. Like, you may attack any team investigating a site as if you were an adversary, and maybe that would remove any potential issues. But in this instance, at least, he was able to be successfully played, and there were no issues. But yeah, it might become tricky if you want to play a specific card to negate him, and you're like, well, okay.
Right. My take on him is he just pulls the activators, whatever the site has, he just pulls that in. So anyway, I mean, this game's effectively over. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna I have 5 cards,
and I have 7.
Okay. So I will draw my freebie. This time I only get 4 RP. And I will draw. Two cards.
I will sell. So I'll sell the shotgun for 6 and the 2x video camera for 5. So that's 11. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's good. And I'll buy 4 cards. Or 5. Let's go with 5. And back to you.
All right. No healing, no requisition. Case assignment. I'll pay 2. Play Broad Street, Philadelphia. Criminal investigation 4 and method.
Okay. No. All right. Okay, that's the only thing I can do. So I will pay 2 for cryptic message to search my bureau deck for any, or my discard pile, and add any card to my deck. And wow. I'm going to, well, it doesn't say I have to discard anytime. Select anyone comes from the discard pile and place it in your hand. So it doesn't say that I have to show it to you. So I'll keep it a surprise for now. And well,
I think you should always have to show it, but that's just me.
Well,
look, you're gonna make this a medical or science skill check.
Probably. So the surprise is which one, but yeah. So it's, well, I'll show you. It's Dr. Stroman. So I'll place it face down.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and I will send everyone to investigate the site, and you will flip your bluff, and I have nothing to negate that. So,
But since we are Project Seafarer is still in action, so
oh yeah. And so actually Greer is going to be going to the hospital.
Yes. Okay, so I'll pay the 2 for the bluffs, and
Yep. And I have 7 cards.
and I have 9, so this one. So I'll get rid of writing on the wall and bombing at Craddock Marine Bank. So I'll draw my free card.
He's going to get better.
I'll generate my red, which is now 4. And I'll draw. I will not be drawing any card. Or just one. And back to you.
Okay, I'm going to sell Trank Gun for 3. And not buying any.
Right, so healing cry check heals 2. No requisition for everyone stays in the field, and for case assignment I will pay 2 to play Little Alien, or in Rachel, Nevada. It's subterfuge or result, and it's a bonus side, but I will not be increasing my prerequisite. So subterfuge and result.
Two buffs.
Okay, so I'm going to, at this point, send everyone to the site. I have 5 subterfuge.
And you need 4?
Yes.
Okay. My 2 bluffs are true bluffs. Sea creature and bombing at Craddock Marine Bank. Anything you'd like to play, Guillaume?
Not at the moment.
All right. I'm going to pay 4 and play the Wensheng Dole. I don't know how to.
I think that's the correct pronunciation. I think
Wensheng Dole.
Yeah.
Adversary. That is a result site, right?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I have no cards to negate it.
Okay. So skips long range combat. This will attack one agent of my choice. The chosen agent is the only one who can participate in the combat. If this adversary's health has not been reduced to 0 at the end of combat, place it 10 cards down in my bureau deck. The Wancheng Do may use combat cards for 1 less.
Okay.
So does anybody with a 3 health on your team have subterfuge?
Yes, it's Blevins. He has a health of 3, and he has 1 subterfuge.
That's all I'm going to get, huh? 1 isn't going to stop this, but...
Because Covarrubias has a health of 4, and Spender has a health of 5.
Yeah. All right, well, the Wancheng doll wants blood, so I kind of like the idea of Blevins getting his throat ripped out by this thing. So we will go 1-on-1 with Blevins.
Okay.
And no long range.
No, and for close range, Blevins deals a single damage to the Wancheng doll.
Okay. Wait, could I have stopped this? Is there? I guess I asked the wrong question. I should have asked what's the close range of everybody. That's what I should have asked, not health.
So Spender has 2 close range and a health of 5, and Covarrubias has 1 close range and a health of 4. And Kaleka is irrelevant because she has no subterfuge. Which doesn't mean you cannot attack her. So if you want to change your target, you can.
Okay. Because we'll do... So Covarrubias has 2 subterfuge, you said?
Yes, 2 subterfuge, yes.
Okay, we'll go at her.
Okay.
And she's so what's her close range?
1.
2? Oh, 1. Okay. And so he'll do 3 to her in close range.
Yeah. She
She'll
has
do
1 health remaining.
Second round.
She's dead.
Yeah.
And the Wancheng doll could be can be placed 10 cards down your bureau deck. Not face up.
Not face up. Okay.
Not face up. So Covarrubias is sent to the hospital. She joins Krychek, which feels appropriate.
Well, I have bad news for me. Project Seafarer is not in the top 10 cards.
Yeah, I think once the game is done, I think we'll have to talk about Project Seafarer because while I like the being shuffled up, like for the hidden camera, I think it doesn't do anything detrimental for an investigation. Just at some point, you'll have to show me your hand, and it can be useful or not, but it only costs 1. But I think Project Seafarer, like in addition to being shuffled further down the deck, I don't know, I think it's overly powerful, and like if that card was being played on me, like I don't think it's fun to have to, put damage on each of your agents during each investigation phase. I mean, it's fine if the card, comes up in a turn or 2, but if the card doesn't come up until the end of the game, then it's just like at some point the whole team is going to be sent to the hospital.
Oh yeah, it's going to wipe my team.
Yeah, and I don't know, it doesn't feel fun for me, and if it was my agents, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't feel fun either. So yeah, I think we'll have to come up with something. I mean, not with the mechanic, but something different. Like place it in your opponent's field with 3 tokens, and you remove a token. Yeah. I wanted to do something different and kind of have Project Seafarer be like, okay, it's the antenna goes underneath Crump's property, and it's kind of there affecting everyone, but you cannot see it. But it works by itself. But when you have other cards that forces you to shuffle your deck, etc., it kind of becomes something that is too powerful, and I feel not fun for either player.
I feel like there's something to use with the keyword secret there. I don't know. Just a random thought I had.
Yeah, it's something that we haven't used yet. Yeah, there is something, but I mean, if nothing else, we can say, yeah. So the initial version, the first draft of Project Seafarer, it was like, okay, you shuffle it in the deck, and it was one agent, only one agent per turn, and you could not target the same agent twice. But that was when the card could be either at the bottom of the deck or at the top of the deck. So, but when I changed it to 10 cards down, I was like, well, if it's only 10 cards down and it's only one agent at the start of the investigation phase, then why would you pay 6 CP to just inflict 1 damage to an agent? So that's why I changed it to every agent in the field, because the card was supposed to come up, earlier. So maybe it would be in effect for 1 turn, maybe 2, but that's it. But
so maybe instead of doing the shuffle into deck thing, you could just have it depend on, like, your opponent puts the top card of their bureau deck in their discard pile. If it's a CP card or a purple card, every agent on their team takes 1 damage, and you have them do that every turn. And it just stays like it stays around until it's negated or something like that. I don't know. So it's a little more of a chance thing. But you're taking away the, like, shuffle in your deck kind of aspect of it. I don't know.
Well, I think
I throw it out there to think about.
Yeah, I know that Dave is not a big fan of cards that force you to. Well, I don't know. It's different between reveal the top card and discard the top card. Because discard the top card, it can be detrimental if you end up discarding something that is potentially useful. Maybe revealing the top card, not as bad, because you don't lose the card.
Yeah.
But I think this playtest has shown me that for Project Seafarer, there is the potential for it to be, not fun. And so I think
there are a lot of deck shuffle effects. I mean, like, you basically, as soon as that goes in the deck, you take away the player's ability to use cards like Pastor or whatever, anything that allows them to search their deck for a particular.
Which is also true whenever you force your opponent to place one of their agents 10 cards down.
But there's one card that does that, and it's a very, very specific activator.
Well, I think there is at least another one in season 5 as well.
Okay. I don't recall that one offhand.
So there are kind of things where you could just kind of twist that game mechanic to kind of prevent your opponent from getting their agent back. And I think that's already the case in Premiere, but it doesn't mean that we have to duplicate it. And for Project Seafarer, I think definitely it should be left outside of the bureau deck. Whether it's reveal the top card of your bureau deck or remove 1 token, I don't know, whatever mechanic we end up choosing, I think we have to say, okay, place it in your opponent's field, and that's it. So that way it has a limited effect, and yeah, it's still thematic, it fits the episode, but it's not like it doesn't remove the joy from the game, which I feel like I'm not the victim of that card, and like placing the damage tokens on your agents that I have there, like, it doesn't feel fun, it doesn't feel earned. Like for 6 CP, it's like, well, okay, no.
You're about to send 3 more to the hospital here.
Right, so we were only Spender, Blevins, and Kalika were remaining at the site. So I have 1 subterfuge from Spender, 1 from Blevins, an extra one from Spender because he's on the same team as another neutral agent. So that's 3 subterfuge, and I need 4. And I'm going to pay 3 to play Sergeant Louis Fries, who had 2-1 teams, alien investigation or subterfuge skill check.
That'll get you there. All right, Guillaume. I believe this is game.
Well, you know what? This is a result question, and I already know your result.
You're right. So we're 50-50.
I don't know. Well, okay. Are you the F. emasculata virus card?
That is not my X-File, Guillaume.
Okay, so I know who your X-File is now, but you can ask me
This will be my first question.
a result or an identity question.
Guillaume, is your X-File the Jersey Devil?
No, it's not. You know what? That could have worked.
That was actually a terrible pick because it's death and violence, but whatever. I don't think that would be the combo you go for.
Well, I picked randomly, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Could have worked. Would you like to share with everyone what mine is, or save the suspense for the question?
Well, unless I got it wrong, you should be the alien DNA steroid program.
I guess we'll have to find out.
We'll have to wait for another successful investigation. And I have 7 cards in my hand.
All right. I took a guess because I have 3 cards. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna generate res, which will probably be the last time I generate res for a while. It's gonna be 4. And I need to stop Guillaume from doing things.
You know what? Since we agreed that Project Cipher, like that shuffle in the deck thing, like it doesn't work. So I think for the rest of the game, let's just pretend it's out of the deck or take it out of the deck, because there's no point in. We know it doesn't work, so there's no need to just send everyone to the hospital at some point, and then
I like that in the hopes that we get to play some more Season 6 cards.
Yeah, so we know it's broken. That
it was about 20 cards down.
Yeah.
All right. And the team is crippled. The team is pretty crippled already.
Yeah.
All right, so I was about to buy cards. I'm still going to buy cards. I'm going to buy. Man, I'm going to buy 3. Actually, I'm going to buy 4. And then turn it to you.
So I'm going to. That should be discarded. I'm going to sell the Alien Stiletto for 5. And yeah, that's it. And grid pattern search as well for 2, so that's 7.
I'll just for our own when we have a moment, Steven's posing the question: how do we feel about the Wancheng Dole costs? I didn't have a. I thought it was fine, but
yeah,
it was also me playing it. So.
It costs 4, but it has the keyword result, so it's not on every side, and it only targets 1 agent. When you compare it to a card like also, I don't know if it's worth it comparing it to a Scully set card, but like when you compare it to, I don't know, adversary like Louis Cardinal, who has the activator of agent, and he only has the cost of 3. So I don't know. I think it's difficult for the adversaries because even when you only look at the official ones, there are big discrepancies in the cost.
Yeah.
So
It's okay to have some good adversaries. Like nobody plays Crew Cut Man really.
but maybe because that's because he costs too much
Right.
for what he does. And then everyone plays Patnik because for the costs he's super efficient. So
I will say I don't really have a problem with the cost. He gets one agent. I think Crew Cut Man is probably overcosted. So
yeah.
if you I guess if on balance, if you think the saving 1 CP on a combat card is worth an extra bump up to 5, I mean, I don't know. I could see it, but
But then I don't know, I'm like I feel like combat cards are so seldomly played that I'm like anything that can make
our
it
game notwithstanding.
an incentive to play them.
Double take cover.
Yeah. All right. So I sold my card, but I did not buy any. So I will buy 5 cards. And back to you.
Okay. Healing. Greer is going to get 1 back. No requisition. Good on deployment. Cape Simon, I'm going to spend my last 2, and we'll play Icy Cape Alaska, which is a evidence collection and result site. And while you ponder, I will get some water.
Okay. Oh, I missed that. Right, so I have 1 bluff for the site.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send everybody. I have evidence collection of 6 currently. I think 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Right, so the bluff is Courage in a Bottle. Decrease all of the skill levels on 1 agent, my choice, by 2 for this turn only. So it costs 4, but 3 since it was face down. And I'm going to play it on Pester.
Sure. Still looking at 4, so I don't think you're done.
And I have, I'm going to pay 3 to play Louis Cardinal.
Here he is. Yeah.
Yeah, to attack Tillman.
So remind me what Cardinal does.
So he can attack one agent, my choice, for 1 round of long-range combat and close-range combat. And then it's if he attacks Skinner or Krychek. So the whole team can fight back, but he will.
With that long range, he has long range 2, right?
He has a 3.
Okay, so that'll be enough to send Tillman out, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming Cardinal will
Be bye-bye.
Yeah. And they did. Yep, that leaves me with 2 evidence collection, which is not going to cut it. Brophy, by the way, is an absolute beast in combat. 4 long range, 3 close range. It's pretty slick.
Yeah, but he has almost no investigative skill. So yeah, if you have him on your team, it's like you're kind of protecting your team, making sure that you're good for combat. But I mean, for 3 RP, that's not too bad.
No, not at all. And he gives you a res too. So
no, just 1.
Just 1. But for this team, which is like almost exclusively criminal investigation evidence collection,
it works perfectly.
Solid.
Yeah. So I have 8 cards.
7 over here.
Okay, so I'm going to get rid of Area 51. I think it's too late in the game to play it. Okay. Right, so I will draw my free card. I'll generate my 3 res. And I will not be drawing any cards.
Okay. I'm going to sell Stunning Blow and Aubrey, Missouri for 4. And I also will not be drawing any cards.
Okay, so healing, Krychek heals 2, and Covarobias heals 2 as well. No requisition. For deployment, I'm going to... So Krychek leaves the hospital. He still has 1 damage, but he has a health of 4 now, so he's good. And Covarobias, she has a health of 2, so she cannot leave yet. So Krychek joins the rest of the team. And for case assignment, we're going to return to Arthur Dales' apartment in Washington, D.C., so it costs 1. And it's alien investigation or subterfuge, affiliation, and method.
No bluffs there, Guillaume.
Okay, so everyone is going to the site and... I guess it makes sense to... Let's go with subterfuge. And I have 7 subterfuge.
On a 5+ check?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is about the only thing I can do, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to pay 5 and... Just 1 second. Let me make sure this is really the only thing I can do. Well, it's not the only thing, but it's what I'm going to do. I could also cryptic message and car troubles you, which might stop it. I'm not sure, but whatever. In the interest of getting another adversary out here, we'll do the sea creature.
So you have no no conspiracy points remaining, correct?
0.
Okay. All right, so let's go to combat, I think. Hold on. Because hold on. Okay, yeah, let's go to combat.
Okay. So no matter how much you fire into the sea creature, you will not kill him.
Yeah.
So long range, he's going to attack for 1 close range combat round and is undiscarded. He's going to deal 4. This is a subterfuge check, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to deal the 4 to cry check.
Which is enough to send him back to the hospital because he still has 1 damage token on him.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
And the sea creature is gone. And because the... Hold on. If an agent's health is reduced to 0, the opponent must discard down to 5 cards at the end of this turn, which is a really nice touch on that. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So I only have 3 subterfuge left, and I'm going to pay my last 3 to play my second Sergeant Lewis to add 2 to the skill check.
There you go.
But I also had X in my hand, but I wanted to make sure that I would still be. I did not want to negate the adversary.
Good game. What is my X file, Guillaume?
It's the Alien DNA Steroid Program.
There it
from
is.
the Red Museum episode.
Well, despite getting not getting a single question except that one identity off your failed guess, this was kind of a fun game.
Yeah, I'm glad that I really love the team that you chose because I think it was really good for equipment cards. So I mean, I like when some of the newer agents, like they complement a team of official agents. Like, yeah, I think Greer, like it works really well. I had not considered it, but Greer works really well with Tillman, and yeah, with Pastor as well. Like the 3 of them together, that's perfect.
Yeah. And the opportunity to throw a Scully agent in and Brophy was just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So. I think we got some useful playtest info out of it, on a few cards at least.
Yeah, definitely on the Project Seafarer card. So yeah.
I'm just looking at what other cards we went through here. Sea Creature is good. We didn't get Bombing out. Tranquilizer Gun. I was really hoping to be able to equip this card, but it wasn't to be.
One thing I wrote down is Time Loop Captive, because I ended up selling her. So it's play this witness to force your opponent to return to the hand a card that they just played, and it costs 5 RP. So since it it doesn't totally negate the card. It just makes it more difficult for your opponent. Well, basically it forces your opponent to pay for it again if they want to play it again. But we have some negate cards that maybe cost a little bit less. So what do you think about the cost of PAM? Like, is it appropriate, or should it be 4 instead of 5? That was my question.
I don't have a strong opinion either way. I think 5 is good because it's a very strong card. I mean, if your opponent is spending a bunch of CP on an adversary, or even 5 on like unexplainable time loss, which is kind of an interesting PAM time loop captive and unexplained time loss. I think 5 is, that doesn't scream to me like too much.
Okay.
Because it can really hurt your opponent's CP pool. Now, she's not going to do much if your opponent's deck is a bunch of adversaries that cost like 3, like Squeeze or Sandman or whatever. That's not. But once your opponent starts playing stuff that costs 5, 6, 7 CP, like, I don't know, I think she does some damage. And very rare, like let's say it's even a 6 CP card. Very rarely is someone sitting on like 12 to 15 CP that they could just play it again. So
yeah, that is true. You're probably not going to pay for it again.
I think 5 is fine.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I agree.
Is that the first time we've seen altered reality?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I like it. I think that's fairly costed, and
yeah, and it's one of those.
I would have played it early. I should have played it earlier when you had 4 tokens instead of 3 on your team. So,
and looking at some of the other cards. Okay, so maybe this one could.
Yeah, I'm interested in trying this deck again. I didn't see a lot of the stuff. I had Deep Cover in here. June Gerwich. Maybe I'll try to do something with her.
So the one card that I did feel was overcost and did not want to use in my deck, although it would not have mattered this game, but it's False Narratives, and it's the one that doubles the cost of No One So Paranoid, The Lone Gunman, Langley, for Akio buyers. And
yes. In fact, I think that was one of the cards that I had on my list that I thought was overcosted too when I was looking at them. Yeah, I think that's way too much. What was it? It was 5, right?
No, I know that initially I think it was 6, and following the initial review, it was bumped up to 8.
That card costs 8?
Yes. So basically it costs 8, and you place 2 tokens on it. And once per turn, you may remove a token to double the cost of one of the 5 cards, like No One So Paranoid, Lone Gunman, Langley, for Akio buyers. So basically it's mostly an anti No One So Paranoid and Langley and 4 Hiki, because those are the most commonly used cards against bluffs or events. So chances are you're going to see them in play in most games. I mean, not tonight, but usually you see one of those cards.
Sorry, I think I'm thinking of the wrong card. Is it like Lone Gunman Van or something like that?
No, Lone Gunman Mobile, it's equipment card.
Maybe that's the one I thought was overcosted.
Because that one, I think it only costs 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it costs 4, and So it's an equipment card that you attach to one of your agents, and once per turn you may discard No One So Paranoid, Lone Gunman, Langley, Horiki, or Byers to move the attached agent to the location of your choice immediately.
Yeah, I thought that one was overcosted because you're already discarding a great card. Presumably, you're not discarding Byers because no one plays it. But
well, unless you include 2 Byers in your deck because you want to.
Oh, is that what you were trying to inspire people to use to play Byers?
Maybe, but I mean, it's one of the because allowing one of your agents to potentially investigate 2 sites in this, like to be on one team and then to join another team during the same turn. That's kind of a powerful effect.
Yeah, but Road Trip lets you do it for like 2. You got to make the skill check, but
it's once like you play the card and it's done. With the Lone Gunman Mobile, it's the card stays attached to the agent, so basically that could happen several times during the game. Like if you have 2 of the Lone Gunman cards and 2 of the Byers cards, which are almost never used during the game, so you potentially have 4 cards that you can discard and would not have played otherwise. So in addition to the Lone Gunman Mobile, that basically for the cost of 4, you can move your agents to the location of your choice.
One agent, right?
One agent.
Yeah.
But let's say on my team, Krychek was the stronger agent. So if I attach that card to Krychek, and then I can investigate 2 sites. I don't know, because yeah, Steven suggests that it could be discarded. So if it's discarded, then I would reduce the cost if it was discarded, because paying 4 plus discarding a potentially useful card. So maybe I would reduce the cost to.
So it sounds like we're not sure, and we should actually play test it to figure out if we like the cost or not.
Yeah. And but yeah, to go back to the initial card, so I'm not sure I'll be able to. Where is it? Okay, so I don't know if you have a list of cards or some of the cards in front of you. It's so it's false narratives, but I'm not sure I'm able to. So I don't. I tried sharing it. So okay, you can maybe see it on the screen if you add it to the screen. I added it to the.
You said it was false narratives?
Yeah. So I added the code in the on Discord, on StreamYard, sorry. I think you can put it up on the screen.
I'm just looking for it. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I was. bring that back in. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I think I did see that this was overcosted. I thought 5 was more appropriate, which I think is what you said you had it at originally, but then people in
Yeah, I
the
think. Yeah, I
Discord
think
said
it,
was too
it
much.
was it was either 5 or 6, but definitely not 8.
Because I thought about playing one of these. You like to play Frohickey and Langley in your decks, and I thought I would like to include it, but 8 was just like no. Especially because there is still a cheap, Frohickey and Langley are so cheap anyway that like, okay, I'm going to pay a token. You're going to pay 4 for your Langley, and we're okay. That's it. So I don't know. It seems expensive to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I was like, okay, this could be useful, but for 8, like, I mean, if you're playing that card, then probably during that turn you're not going to be able to pay for anything else.
Yeah. Yep, I think that's right. And so your opponent's probably going to get a site investigation off. Maybe they don't have No One's So Paranoid or Langley or Frohickey in their deck. I think it's a little bit of a stretch for Frohickey and Langley because most people play them. But first of all, it's always dicey when you include specific anti cards, whether those are going to wind up in the deck. Less so with this one, but I just have no interest in burning 8 CP when I could be spending 8 to send, Falcon Blue Berets or something. Send somebody 6 for Manitou. I just it seems really, really expensive. David is joining us. Hi, David. This was a pretty quick game. Guillaume effectively sliced and diced through his site investigations, and I think you got two yes answers back to
in
back.
a row. So yeah, which is always useful. But,
yeah, I don't know. So that's my take, Guillaume. I think it's too expensive as well.
Okay, so would you say 5?
Even 5. I could even see 6, but I think no more than 6. And we could do it at 5. I would put it in a deck at 5, and we could see how it goes.
Okay. All right, so I won't be like, I'll just put on Discord, like, for future playtest game. Like, I won't be doing another version with a reduced cost, but we'll say okay, for future games we'll treat this card as a 5 CP, and if it works or not, then I'll create a new version with the updated cost.
Yeah, I think that's right, because you're not even negating the card.
It's just, and when you look at the cost of Langley, it only costs 2 RP, so like 4 is not so bad to negate a really bad bluff.
Right. And like, as a practical matter, you play false narratives. It sits out there in your field, right?
Yes.
It sits out there in your field. Your opponent is not going to play a Langley or Frohickey unless they have the RP to pay for it,
Right.
So it just sits out there as a deterrent, not doing anything until your opponent has enough to pay for it. So I think 5 is fine. You're going to take the token off. They're going to pay their 4 or 6 for Frohickey, and nothing's going to happen. They're still going to Roger your event or your bluff or whatever. So yeah, I'm talking myself into 5.
I think it's fair, but
just play Frohickey to negate it. So there's your 6. Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay.
See, we accomplished some stuff here.
Yes. So it was the 7th playtest. So I mean, except for the Project Seafarer, which definitely did not work in this current version. Otherwise, I don't know. I feel like I would love to have at least 3 more playtests, make it 10, and if we could get it to 12, that would be really good. I feel like we haven't found. I feel good that we haven't found broken cards in each of the playtests. It's more or less like refining the cards, like adjusting the costs slightly. But I mean, the more we can playtest, the better.
Yeah. So when is on the timeline is the end of playtesting? Is that August?
Yeah. So it's at the end of August. We could push it until mid-September, because once the playtests are done, then I'll be posting all of the cards again for everyone to do kind of the final review. So hopefully in that stage of the process, it's more about making sure that there aren't any typos on the cards, as opposed to saying, well, okay, I'm reading this card again and everything should be changed because it doesn't work. So hopefully after the initial review and after the playtest, that won't happen. But we might see some cards where we're like, okay, it costs 5, maybe it should be 6, maybe it should be 4. But hopefully that's only a handful of cards, and that final review will only be to make sure that the cards are typo free.
We've done for past expansions, what, 20 some playtests?
I think for season 4 we've done a dozen playtests, and we've done I think 16 or 18 for season 5.
Yeah. So I'd like to. I think 12 is probably the minimum. Guillaume, I know you've been doing it, but we should probably be pushing more. Like we need to have playtests on the calendar like much more frequently.
I mean, it started off pretty strongly. Like I think we did 4 playtests in April, and well, but I mean, it's understandable. It does take time to print out the cards, to build the deck, especially since those are cards that we're not familiar with, so it takes more time. But yeah, it's the crucial part of the process.
I'll be honest, I do not have time for this, and I feel obligated to make the time to be able to actually like get this done. So 13 for C4, close to 20 for season 5. So yeah, we've got, I think 12 is the bare minimum. So we've really got to like, whatever we need to do to get these cards into people's hands to print off. And I will start plugging it more in the Discord, like pushing people to put together a deck. It doesn't even have to be. Look, these are playtest games. The deck does not matter. You can. If someone wants to print off cards and do just season 6 cards, I'm totally cool with that. As long as we get to see them in play. Some of the folks who have a little more time or bigger card piles we can engineer decks that kind of test against other cards and past expansions and all that. But like we need to see some of these cards on the table. So yeah, that's my take. I'll be pushing. I plan to do at least I'll set a standard for myself of at least 3 more play tests myself. So,
and I mean that's doable. Like we still have, if we push it to mid-September or until the end of September, then that's 2.5 months. So
yeah. All right, we can get it done.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't want it to become a chore either. Like it has to be fun. So hopefully people are excited to play with these new cards.
Yeah. And it was fun until you seafared my entire team, Guillaume.
Yeah, which is why that card has to be changed thanks to playtests. So
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way we figure this stuff out. So yeah, hop to it. If you're interested in playtesting, you can join our Discord. I should probably drop a link to that in the description, which I will do. And we have some really easy printable sheets. You can just slap them on an existing card or throw them in a sleeve. And Jonathan Hagee has been known to just throw every card into a deck, and that works too. Just as long as we get these cards stress tested a little bit. So thank you, Guillaume, for the game.
Thank you for taking the time to
commanding win. Decisive victory.
And so do you want to take a guess at what my
man. Well, I guess Jersey Devil. So I get one more crack at it, and it was random. Guillaume, is your X-File John Barnett?
No, but it was government. I was Ed Funch, the postal worker.
I picked another violence and death. I don't know why. As soon as you said random, I was like, well, why not? So, okay. Well, that's a good play test. Thanks for the game, and good night.
Yeah, good night.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Okay.